Hi, everybody. Brad Nessler here with Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit, bringing you today's exciting matchup. Mother Nature has served up perfect weather for today's game between the Kentucky Wildcats and the Gamecocks of South Carolina. At about the halfway mark of the college football season, we've got a good matchup between two teams from the SEC Eastern Division. And here come the Gamecocks. The Wildcats may be overmatched and could have an ugly game on their hands. Any thoughts, Kirk?
South Carolina has a big-time quarterback who can really put up some big numbers against his defense. I look for him to have an outstanding game spreading the ball to his receivers. Lee, look for a big blowout here.
You're absolutely right. I'm picking the Gamecocks.
South Carolina ready to kick this one off. Burton and Mitchell set to return. Kicks it deep. Mitchell fields it in the end zone. It's always fun to watch a playmaking safety like this young fella. If this quarterback's smart, he won't put the ball anywhere near him.
If the quarterback doesn't look him off, he'll definitely make a play.
He sure will. This is a good-looking athlete at safety. I expect him to have a great day today.
They'll drop him for a loss.
This is just a nice play by the defense. They're not fooled at all on this draw play.
You're right. They were all over that play.
Second and long coming up here. Ball on the 11. The Wildcats come out in the shotgun. Woodson back to throw. Throws it to the outside. Incomplete.
This ball's incomplete. Mitchell, the intended receiver, on the play.
Third down and a couple miles here. Ball on their own 11. Woodson is back in the gun. Woodson drops back to pass. And that one's fallen incomplete. Well, the defense stood tall there.
Boy, the defense did what they had to do to get 3 and out and now get the offense back on the field.
Kentucky lining up the punt. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. Number 1 takes it at the 45. And now we get to see this offense for the first time as they head out onto the field. And they'll look to capitalize on a good field position here. The Gamecocks set up in the gun. Mitchell set to go to the air. Looks. Somehow gets the ball away. He goes up and gets it. And they bring him down. And on that last pass, he just went over the 1,500-yard mark on the year. South Carolina is one of the best teams in the country at getting points once they enter the red zone.
You're absolutely right, my friend. This offense knows how to close the deal and put points on the scoreboard.
There's the play fake. Down the middle. Got it to his receiver. Nice play call on that one to get the ball in the receiver's hand.
They had a quarterback too. You want the ball, go get it. And do the effort. He got it and took it for 6.
gets the PAT. Time to take a look at the drive summary. It's brought to you by Pontiac, fuel for the soul. Brown looks ready to kick this one off.
Burton back deep to return.
Nice kick, plenty of distance. Mitchell fields it in the end zone.
You guys remember what this offense did the last time they had the ball?
Did they have the ball before?
Exactly. It was 3 and out so fast they had to ask for slow-mo replay to recap.
They'll start this drive at the 20. One-man backfield. Across the middle, and it's caught. Joseph with a takedown. They brought the house on that one.
And this kid shows a lot of poise and moxie in the pocket. He knew he was going to get hit, but he hung in there and delivered the ball with accuracy.
2nd and 1 coming up here. Ball on the 29-yard line. The Wildcats come out showing 3 wide. Looking. He gets the pass away. Underthrown in the vicinity of his tight end.
He's a big guy who can rumble after the catch. You got to hit him squarely.
3rd down and a yard. Ball on the 29. Kentucky will line up in a jumbo set here. Nice play fake. He's looking. Throws this one out to the left. It's deflected. The defense needed that one.
How about the move here by this cornerback? Great play that time, getting a hand on the football.
The Wildcats line up to punt. It's away, and it's a booming punt. Number 1 fields it at the 27. The 50. Down the sideline. He's got an opening. To the 20. Goodbye.
They got the kickoff, but they forgot to play coverage. It was like they would just stand around watching. Horrible job of coverage there.
And he tacks on the extra point. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And our score, South Carolina 14, Kentucky nothing. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He sends this one deep. Mitchell fields it in the end zone.
You guys remember what this offense did the last time they had the ball?
They have the ball before?
Exactly. It was 3 and out so fast they had to ask for slow-mo replay to recap.
They'll set up shot at the 20-yard line. Woodson lines up in the shotgun. It's a direct snap. Lambert tackles him for a loss on the play.
This is a heads-up play by the linebacker. He's playing run and had his eyes on the guy carrying the football from the get-go. Good defensive play.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 20. Woodson is back in the gun. And the snap goes to the back. He has some room. At the 40. Joseph brings him down. Tremendous run right there.
And coaches just love it when they can run the football like that. It opens up so much more of your offense.
1st and 10. Ball on the 50. The The Wildcats come out in the shotgun. Steps up in the pocket. He's right there for the interception. Sheds that one. And this could be a big return. To the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, South Carolina. Not a good time for an interception, fellas.
Now, Brad, you're exactly right. Your team's already down a few scores, and you throw a pick, and this could be.
And it's going to be a long day for these guys if they don't pick it up real soon. I mean real soon.
And he hits the PAT. A lot of game left. 4 minutes remaining in the quarter. And our score, South Carolina 21, Kentucky nothing. South Carolina is ready to kick it away. Burton and Mitchell back ready to return. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. Burton fields it in the end zone.
Let's watch this defense and how aggressive they are. They were able to get a pick the last time, and they're like a wild animal. When they smell blood, they go in for the kill.
Take it easy, coach. You get excited.
Hey, that's right, sweetheart. I'm always excited.
Kentucky comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. They go with a toss. A loss on that one as he couldn't get past those big linemen.
You got that right. They sacrificed their bodies in there and stuffed it.
Second and long coming up here. Ball on the 9. The Wildcats set up in the gun. Back to pass. He steps up. He lets it go. Someone got a hand on it. And that pass falls incomplete because it was deflected.
That's great defense right there, Brad. That's something the coaches always remind their players to do. Get a hand up in the face of the quarterback.
Third and long. Ball on the 9-yard line. The Wildcats come out in the shotgun. Woodson drops back. Steps up. Look out. Complete. Got some open field. They'll bring him down. And that pass and catch gives them a first down.
Yep, they got the first down, but it wasn't by much, you guys.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 26. Woodson lines up in the shotgun. Woodson back to pass. Looks. Coley comes away with a sack. And they threw a flag on that play. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense. 15-yard penalty.
He's going to get a 15-yard penalty there for grabbing his face mask.
He grabbed it and he held on. He should know he's got to let go.
First and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line. The Wildcats line up with 2 tight ends. Drops back to pass. Across the middle. And they make the stop. He ran a good-looking route and picked up positive yardage.
That he did, and he made a good catch. That short passing game is where you see all those hours in the summer that you put in pay off.
Second and 5 coming up here. This is the 6th play of this drive. Kentucky lines up in a shotgun set. He drops back, comes across the middle. Someone got a hand on it. That time the quarterback put some touch on it, and the defender tipped it away.
It was a dangerous pass. He's lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
He's trying too hard to place the ball. Just let it rip next time.
Kentucky lines up in a double tight set. Woodson back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. It's tipped. Swatted away. The ball is knocked to the ground.
Players use anything they can to get in the way of a pass.
Kentucky lining up the punt. Number 97 boots it way up there. Number 1 signals for a fair catch. He hauls it in at the 16-yard line. Let's see if this defense has trouble defending the pass again here.
If they do, my friend, look out. They're going to give up another touchdown in a hurry.
They'll get the ball here at the 16. The Gamecocks come out showing 3 wide, and he's hammered as he lets it go, and it's picked off. That INT puts him in a position to make this a game.
Yeah, they really needed that. That's a huge boost to morale.
You're right, Kirk. Now they got the big Mo on their side.
They'll go to work at the 49-yard line. Kentucky comes to the line with 3 wide. They line up in the shotgun. Looks like someone got a head start on the line.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still
The lack
first
of
down.
concentration will push the offense back.
Yep, the kid was in a hurry to block someone. You got to control that.
First and 15 now. Ball on the 44-yard line. And the quarterback picks up about 3 on the draw.
Gain on the play.
Second and 12 coming up here. Ball on their own 47.
7-yard.
The Wildcats line up in an I formation. Kentucky sets up in the I. And he's taken down. Not much for the runner as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 12 to go. Ball right around midfield. The Wildcats line up with 3 receivers bunched. Back to pass. He steps up, looking. Throw short. And they couldn't hook up on that one. No catch that time, and he is blasted.
These wideouts should try to bulk up more because, man, they could get hurt.
Kentucky ready to put this one away. Number 97 boots it way up there. Number 1 calls for the fair catch. He drops it.
Personal foul. Kick catching interference on the kicking team. First down.
First and 10. Ball on their own 30. I formation here. Tries to juke. Got an opening. Booker with a takedown. Picked up big yards there, and he's going to have a first down.
Yeah, nice job there. This guy does a good job in reading his blocks and accelerating through the holes.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 47. South Carolina sets up in the I. Mitchell to the air on first down. He throws it, and it's caught. They'll bring him down. The quarterback just lasered that one down the field, Coach.
Yeah, the defender had no shot at breaking that pass up.
Second and less than a yard. Ball on the 43-yard line. The Gamecocks line up in a split back set. They hand it off again. Mill tackles him for a loss on the play. The D lineman wasn't letting anyone by him that time.
And the big fella did a heck of a job plugging up the hole where that play was supposed to go.
That guy's so big, Kirk, he doesn't plug up holes. He plugs up the whole line down there. Yo!
The Gamecocks come to the line with their jumbo package. Mitchell hands it off. No, play fake. Throws this one out to the right. surprise here as they prepare to punt it away. Cook boots it way up there. Abdullah signals for a fair catch. They'll down the punt at the 7-yard line. The offense comes back on the field, hoping to build off their last drive.
It's all about execution, my friends. We saw them move the football, but they were unable to move it when it mattered most.
Lee, I think you have to give credit to this defense. They tightened up when they had to, and they're going to look to do the same here.
Kentucky goes with the ace set here. Woodson drops to throw. He's looking, steps up, wants to throw outside. The pass was right there, just couldn't be controlled.
This tight end some more passes in practice. He needs all the help he can get.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 7-yard line. Kentucky lines up in a shotgun set. On the ground, up the middle. Tackle. A couple, maybe 3 yards on that run.
3-yard gain on the play.
They're down and 7. Ball on their own 10. It's already started to get out of hand at the end of the first. Our score is South Carolina 21, Kentucky nothing. Third and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 10-yard line. They line up in an I. Woodson off the fake. Throws to the middle. Oh, what an interception. A little juke. And this could be a big return. What is going on here, guys?
They've just been outplayed and outcoached out there today.
Anything and everything is going wrong today, Kirk. There's not much else you can do except pack it up and try again next week.
And he tacks on the extra point. South Carolina to kick. Mitchell and Burton back to return. Here's the kick. Mitchell fields it in the end zone. This defense did a nice job last time around, forcing the interception.
And now you find out how much faith they got in this kid. Do they run the football or they let her rip?
1st and 10. Ball on their own 20. They'll work from the shotgun. Going with the shotgun here. They'll throw on 1st down. Looks. He unloads it. Complete. They'll wrestle him down to the backfield. And they'll lose a yard there.
Loss on the play.
It's 2nd down and 11 to go. Ball on the 19.
19-yard line.
Kentucky lines up with 3 receivers. And down he goes. A pickup of about 3.
3-yard gain on the play.
3rd and 8. Ball on their own 22. Kentucky lines up in a shotgun set. Woodson drops back to pass. He's in trouble. Lambert comes away with a sack. Now that's some heavy pressure.
It all starts with the battle up front. I don't care how good your receivers are or how explosive your running backs are. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, then it's tough to move the football.
I agree, Coach. And the thing is, this quarterback can make some plays for you if you give him enough time back there to throw.
Well, it looks like he's going to have to figure out how to make plays without time.
Kentucky ready to punt this one away. He gets it away. And it's out of bounds at the 41. The offense comes back on the field, hoping to build off their last drive.
It's all about execution, my friends. We saw them move the football, but they were unable to move it when it mattered most.
But Lee, I think you have to give credit to this defense. They tightened up when they had to, and they're going to look to do the same here.
They come out in a 5-wide set. Mitchell drops back. Looking. He's going left. And it falls incomplete. He led his wide receiver too far to the outside.
Yeah, he just had to pull the string a little bit more there.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line. The Gamecocks have 5 receivers on this play. Mitchell back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Fires! And he's taken down. And the completion nets some very little yardage. Coach, what's up with that play?
I'll tell you, those defenders crashed in and got him in a hurry. No chance to get anything there.
They're down in 7. Ball right around midfield. South Carolina goes with the ace set here. Mitchell still has it. He steps up, rolls to the right, and he's going to be sacked for a loss. Under relentless pressure, the quarterback goes down for the sack.
Those guys on defense are just pinning their ears back right now and coming in as fast as they can.
Well, in that case, the offense needs to sneak in a screen pass to the halfback. Let him get behind the rush and then take off behind his blockers for 6.
The Gamecocks line up to punt.
Burton back deep to return.
He punts it. Burton fields it at the 11. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. They'll take over at the 18-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Wildcats come out in a 2 tight end set. Drops back to pass. He's looking. Throws to the middle. And it's caught. Bennett brings him down. So they execute and move a little closer to the sticks.
Yeah, completing those short passes is the key because it lulls the defense asleep a little bit. Then you can launch one big one downfield for a big gain.
It's 2nd down and 3 to go. Ball on their own 25.
5-yard line.
The Wildcats set up in the gun. Brought down. So the quarterback keeper gets maybe a yard.
1-yard gain on the play.
3rd and 2 coming up here. Ball on the 26.
26-yard line.
Kentucky will line up in a jumbo set here. He drops back, steps up, throws it to the outside. Now it's going to be 4th down.
Nice defense. That was picture-perfect 3 and out. Good series for these guys.
4th and 2. Ball on the 26-yard line.
The Wildcats are lining up to punt it away.
Number 1 back deep to return.
Number 97 punts it, and it's a good one. Number 1 fields it at the 30. Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive. They'll start this drive at the 34. South Carolina comes to the line, only 1 man in the backfield. On the ground with the tailback. He's on the run. Makes a move. Booker with a takedown. That was a great call.
Yeah, here you see the draw play at its best. The tailback got good blocking up front and was able to pick up a bunch of yards.
First and 10. Ball on the 47. Ace backfield. They run a counter. They'll bring him down, and they threw a flag on that play. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense. 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
He's going to get a 15-yard penalty there for grabbing his face mask.
He grabbed it and he held on. He should know he's got to let go.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line. The Gamecocks line up with 4 wideouts. Bad snap. Lets it go. It falls incomplete. He had his wideout, but he couldn't hit him.
When he misses, it's usually high, and that's something he's been working very hard with his coach on.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 23. Two tight ends set. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Looks. Wants to throw outside. And he's taken down.
Way to look it in. Nice catch.
Sure was. He displayed some great hands there. Now we're looking at a 1st down.
And we take a quick look at the stats from within the red zone, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters the most. South Carolina comes out with 2 tight ends. Nice play fake. Throws it to the outside. He was able to make that catch as he was falling out of bounds.
I think that's one of the toughest catches. Able to focus on the ball and the sideline. That's exactly how you do it.
South Carolina will line up in a jumbo set here. And down he goes. It's the senior corner who nails the quarterback for the sack.
Nice call here, but they might want to wait a while before going back to it again.
It worked really well for them that time, but blitzing the corner is a good way to give up a home run.
Mitchell is back in the gun. Mitchell drops to throw. End zone! And it pays off. Touchdown. Another score. Touchdowns have just become a habit for this team.
Well, the defense better find a way to break that habit because there's still a lot of football left to be played.
And he hits the PAT. So with less than 2 to go in the 2nd quarter, our score is South Carolina 35, Kentucky nothing. Brown ready to kick.
Mitchell back to return.
He boots it deep downfield. Mitchell fields it in the end zone. This defense did a good job on the last series. They forced the offense to go 3 plays and out.
And now they're looking to build off of that and shut them down again right here.
They'll get the ball here at the 20. Kentucky comes to the line with 3 wide. They'll throw on 1st down. Throws. He's got the fullback. Brought down. Kentucky takes a timeout. It's 2nd down and 2 to go. Ball on their own 28. The Wildcats set up in the gun. Woodson back to pass. Looking. Throws this one out to the right. Tyler brings him down.
Nice decision by the quarterback.
Not only was it good decision-making, but the offensive line protected just long enough for him to find his target.
And when you combine the two, it'll be a first down 9 out of 10 times.
First and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line. Woodson with 3 wide receivers. Pressure coming. They'll make the sack. Great speed to find his way to the quarterback.
You know, if I were the coach, I'd line this kid up at defensive end every now and then.
Wow, can you imagine that? On third and long type situations, he'd make a great rush in, Kurt. I like that, Kurt.
Second and long coming up here. Ball on the 29-yard line. Kentucky goes with the ace set here. Setting up the play action. And that one's fallen incomplete. Poor pass, and his tight end couldn't reach it.
The intended receiver on the play.
Third down and a couple miles here. And this is the 5th play of the current drive. Kentucky lines up in a shotgun set. Back to pass. He steps up. He's looking. Throws it deep downfield. Is it too high? No, he got it. Kentucky calls a timeout. First and 10. This is the 6th play of this drive. Woodson lines up in the shotgun. Steps up. Looks. He's going left. And they couldn't hook up on that one. He put a little something extra on that throw, and the receiver mishandled it.
He needed oven mitts for that one because it was a hot tamale.
So it's second and 10. And this is the 7th play of the current drive. Kentucky comes out in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Throws it to the outside. Great coverage, and it's intercepted. And down he goes. And that turnover's got to hurt.
Yeah, they wanted to rack up some points before they have to help morale. Sorry, it didn't work.
They'll go to work at the 24-yard line.
First and 10.
They line up in the shotgun. Mitchell set to go to the air. Into coverage, and the defense has it. The 5. Touchdown, Kentucky. The defense now has 2 interceptions in the ball game.
And that's 2 more than the quarterback wanted to throw. Now he's got to go back out there and play smarter football when the offense takes the field again.
You're right, Coach. The quarterback has to be able to put that out of his mind and act like it never happened.
Which one? First or second interception?
I say both.
And he tacks on the extra point. Less than a minute remains in the second quarter, and our score is South Carolina 35, Kentucky 7. Kentucky is ready to kick it away. Newton and number 1 back deep to return. Kicks it off. Number 1 fields it at the 2. He jukes it. At the 30. They moved the ball very effectively on their last drive, which ended with a touchdown. The defense has been talking it over on the sideline, trying to make some corrections. Let's see if they can stop them this time. They'll take over at the 35-yard line. South Carolina comes out with 5 receivers. Mitchell to the air on first down. Down the middle. And he's taken down. The offense calls a timeout, and they've got 2 remaining. Second down and 5. Ball on their own 40. Mitchell with 3 wide receivers. Snap is high. Looking. Comes across the middle. It's tipped. The linebacker managed to break that one up.
The intended receiver on the play.
It's 3rd down and 5 to go. Ball on the 40. Mitchell has 5 receivers lined up here. He drops back. He's looking. He's rolling right. Airing it out long. And it pays off. Touchdown. And he makes his 2nd visit to the end zone with that catch.
Well, that was a great catch by the receiver. He ran a perfect route to get open for his 2nd score of the game.
And he hits the PAT. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. Looks like they're ready for the kick.
Mitchell back to return.
Nice kick, plenty of distance. Mitchell fields it in the end zone.
Let's watch this defense and how aggressive they are. They were able to get a pick the last time, and they're like a wild animal. When they smell blood, they go in for the kill.
Take it easy, Coach. You're getting excited.
Hey, that's right, sweetheart. I'm always excited.
They'll start this drive at the 21. High formation here. Little gets it on the counter. Juke move. And they got him for a loss. Boy, he is one big guy down there on that defensive line.
Oh, man, the big fella's a hoss. I saw him last night at the hotel, and he had 3 bags of food going up to his room.
Yo, it looks like he's got a big old bag hanging over his belt right now.
In 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 21. After 1 half of play, this one is not even close. Our score, South Carolina 42, Kentucky 7. We're ready to start the 2nd half as the teams are lined up for the kickoff.
Number 1 back to return.
Decent kick, looks to be returnable. Newton fields at the goal line. Little shake and bake move. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll get the ball here at the 28. Mitchell lines up with 5 wide out. They'll throw on 1st down. Throws this one out to the right. Incomplete.
Good job there by the defense to get a hand on it.
It was, Kurt, but when you're going out for a pass and the ball is in the air, you need to go after it and come down with it. You just can't watch the defender bat it down.
8-yard line.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line. South Carolina sets up in the I. Mitchell back to throw. Looks. Wants to throw outside. And they make the stop. 7 yards there.
7-yard gain on the play.
It's 3rd down and 3 to go. Ball on the 35.
35-yard line.
They come out in a goal line set. Mitchell with the play fake. Great coverage, and it's intercepted. He broke his ankles. Lee, do you think they'll be able to capitalize on the interception?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to make much difference. They've dug themselves in a pretty big hole.
Excellent field position to start the drive.
At the 34-yard line. First and 10.
Woodson lines up in the shotgun. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's going left. And it falls incomplete. Pressure that time, and he was forced into throwing before he wanted to.
Wow, the kid just avoided getting smacked on that one.
Second and 10. Ball on the 34. The Wildcats go with the I formation. The Wildcats line up in an I formation. Woodson with the give. He's got an opening. Tackle. And that was a nice run. Kirk, that was a great job by that big offensive line.
Yeah, it really was, Brad. And also, a nice read by the ball carrier to find that running lane.
When you break one like that, you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line. Kentucky lines up with 3 receivers. They'll throw on first down. He tosses it short. Has it to the senior. Joseph with a takedown. Well, coach, a short pickup on that pass play.
It was, but you know what? As long as they've got those guys getting open underneath, it'll take a lot of pressure off those offensive linemen who are trying to hold their blocks.
This offense has had a little trouble scoring in the red zone.
With those stats, I have to agree, but maybe they'll score here and get on the right track.
They go with the option. Now he pitches it. He might have a chance. Sheds a tackler. Coley brings him down. And that one goes for a big, big first down.
You know, every time you run the ball successfully like that, that defense starts to creep up a little bit. That's when you go to the air, my friend. Over the top.
Kentucky will line up in a jumbo set here. Gets the ball. No, they faked it. He's looking down the middle. They looked for the big boy on that one.
And they found him with no problems. That guy is a load to bring down.
And he tacks on the extra point. And now let's take a look at the drive summary brought to you by Pontiac. Number 89, ready to kick.
Number 1.
Kicks it off. Number 1 fields it in the end zone. He jukes. I'm sure the coach has talked to his team about not turning the ball over again in this possession. They'll go to work at the 24. They'll work from the shotgun. Drops back to pass. He's going left. With the interception. Tries to juke. And that interception might be what they needed to get back in this ball game.
Nice try, Brad. Keep their hopes up, but I don't think they have a chance of winning this. They're too far down to catch up.
And they'll look to capitalize on the good field position here.
First and 10.
Ace backfield. Woodson drops to throw. He'll dump this one off. Complete. He ran a good-looking route and picked up positive yardage.
That he did, and he made a good catch. That short passing game is where you see all those hours in the summer that you put in pay off.
Second and 4 coming up here. Ball on the 24. The Wildcats set up in the gun. They line up in the shotgun. Woodson, active pass. Draw play. Excellent play by the defense that time as they swallowed him up before he got back to the line.
It's more like they devoured him. He had no shot of breaking clean.
3rd and 8. Ball on the 28. Woodson comes to the line with 3 wide. Looking. Wants to throw outside. Got it to him on the run. They went for the home run, and the wideout came through with a big-time play.
Great call here by the offensive coordinator. He knew that he had a chance to get the matchup that he wanted, and they exploited it for a touchdown.
And he hits the PAT. So we take a moment to check out the Pontiac drive summary. Looks like they're ready for the kick. We should have a return on this one. Newton fields it at the 2. At the 30.
Great job by the defense last time forcing the kick. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few runs here by the offense to start things off.
They'll take over at the 36. Mitchell with 4 wide receivers. Mitchell on first down. Here he goes. The freshman makes the catch. And he's all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Move those sticks. That's a first down.
And a great catch, too. Did you see how he looked that one in?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. He can catch the football.
First and 10. Ball on the 38. Mitchell has 5 receivers lined up here. Mitchell to the air on first down. He's going left. Got him on the run. There he goes. And for that young man, it's touchdown catch number 2.
Hey, this guy's really stepped up for his football team today.
Well, it's obvious the coach wanted to get him involved in the game plan. It looks like it was a pretty smart move, too.
And he tacks on the extra point. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Kicks it deep. Mitchell fields it in the end zone. They did a great job on their last drive, moving the ball down the field for a touchdown. Let's see if they can duplicate that on this drive. They'll set up shop at the 31. Kentucky comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Woodson Pitches out to the right. They'll bring him down. 4-yard gain by the back.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Second and 6. Ball on the 35.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
Woodson lines up in the shotgun. And the snap goes to the back. And he's tackled. That was a pretty good run.
Incredible effort there, running the football by this guy.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 45.
45-yard line.
They'll bring in their dime package. Play action. Across the middle. Batted ball. That close to being intercepted.
Boy, he's very lucky that wasn't a turnover. Maybe he'll think twice about trying to call the plays himself at the line of scrimmage.
These young guys need to leave the play calling up to the offensive coordinator. There aren't too many college quarterbacks in the country who consistently change the play at the line of scrimmage and be successful.
Nice play fake. Throw short, and it's caught. Joseph with a takedown. Well, coach's short pickup on that pass play.
It was, but you know what? As long as they've got those guys getting open underneath, it'll take a lot of pressure off those offensive linemen who are trying to hold their blocks.
3rd and 5. This is the 5th play of this drive. Kentucky lines up in a shotgun set. Back to pass. He steps up, down the middle. And that one's fallen incomplete. And that one probably should have been picked off.
Yeah, are you kidding me? There's a blanket around that receiver. Somebody else had to be open.
Number 1 already made him pay with a punt return earlier. He gets it away. Number 1 calls for the fair catch. And they make the fair catch at the 9-yard line. Passing wasn't much of a problem the last time this offense had the ball, as they were able to get it in for 6. It's first and 10. Ball on the 9-yard line. South Carolina sets up with 4 receivers. They'll throw on first down. He tosses it short. Complete. Tackle.
I like the defense that was called. They just didn't make the play on the ball.
You're right. It wasn't necessarily bad defense. The offense just executed, and the result was a first down.
First and 10. Ball on their own 33.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Nickel defense. There's the play fake. He'll dump this one off. And it's caught. Smith brings him down. Nice pickup as they connect on the pass play.
They look to be in sync right now. They're both reading the defense properly, and the result is a nice game.
It's second down and 1 to go. Ball on the 42-yard line. South Carolina lines up in a shotgun set. Nice play fake. He's going left. And it's incomplete.
You got to keep it under control. That's some nice arm strength, but it doesn't matter if it's not on target.
You're absolutely right, Coach. You have to be accurate on those type of passes.
3rd and 1 coming up on this play. Ball on the 42. They line up in the jumbo set. Mitchell will throw for it. He's looking. Steps up. And they got it. They get to the quarterback and end that play before it even got started.
This young man didn't even have a chance to make something happen. It's tough to find your receivers when the defense is in your face like that.
Fourth and 4. Ball on the 39-yard line.
Looks like they're going to punt it away here. Punts the ball away. Burton signals for a fair catch. He hauls it in at the 19-yard line. The offense comes back on the field, hoping to build off their last drive.
They had something going, but were unable to get any points.
They'll start this drive at the 19.
At the 19-yard line. 1st and 10.
The Wildcats go with the I formation. They get it out there on the toss. Down the middle. Burton drops it.
Well, the players love to run these types of plays because it's out of the ordinary of what they usually do on offense. So when they finally call a play, you have to execute it because you don't get many chances to do it again.
And I think they have the wrong guy throwing the football. But I guess that's why he's not the real quarterback.
And the secondary better be careful. This receiver wants to make a play. Woodson back to pass. Across the middle. Batted ball. Good awareness defensively that time by the linebacker.
Not only that, but as you saw, he also made a very athletic move to get to the ball.
Third and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line.
19-yard line.
Going with the shotgun here. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Looks. Throws it to the outside. It's deflected. Well, that was an impressive stand by the defense.
3 good defensive plays equals punt. Nice job, guys.
The Wildcats are lining up to punt it away. He punts it. And this one's going to go out of bounds at the 44. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll get the ball here at the 40. Pro formation here. They'll throw on first down. Wants to throw outside. This incompletion is credited to the wideout.
Absolutely. The quarterback executed his end of the deal.
It's second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 40. Mitchell is back in the gun. He steps up. He's looking down the middle. Got it to his receiver. Smith with a takedown.
Way to look it in. Nice catch.
Sure was. He displayed some great hands there. Now we're looking at a first down.
And since we're in the red zone, let's have a look at the numbers. Brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters the most. Stafford on the handoff. They'll bring him down. He rumbles ahead and picks up about 5.
5-yard gain on the play.
11 yards out.
Ball on the 11-yard line.
The Gamecocks come out in the ace formation. Setting up the play action. Throws it to the outside. Knocked out of bounds. They complete the play action pass for a pickup of 3. The Gamecocks come to the line with their jumbo package. Looks to the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. How about that touchdown?
Which one? I'm losing track of all those touchdowns. He can sure throw them in bunches, you guys.
And he hits the PAT. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Looks like they're ready for the kick.
Mitchell back to return.
He hits a booming kick. Mitchell fields it in the end zone.
You guys remember what this offense did the last time they had the ball?
Did they have the ball before?
Exactly. It was 3 and out so fast they had to ask for slow-mo replay to recap it.
They'll take over at the 20-yard line. Woodson lines up in the shotgun. They'll throw on first down. Throws it to the outside. Into traffic, and it's picked off. Touchdown, South Carolina. What is going on here, guys?
They've just been outplayed and outcoached out there today.
Anything and everything has gone wrong today, Kirk. There's not much else you can do except pack it up and try again next week.
And he tacks on the extra point. As we go to the final quarter of play, this one is almost wrapped up. Our score here, South Carolina 63, Kentucky 21. South Carolina lines up for the kickoff. Kicks it off. So the offense takes over, and the last time they had the ball, they had a tough time getting anything going. They'll go to work at the 20. Two tight end set. Davis tackles him for a loss on the play. The halfback couldn't get any running room.
And that was because the defense had called a blitz just at the right time. He went right through the offensive line and nailed him for a loss.
They line up in the shotgun. He drops back. He'll dump this one off. It's dropped. Oh, he could have had a big reception that time, guys.
Just let that one get away from his vision just for a split second.
Third down and what they didn't want to get in. Ball on their own 14. Number 15 with 3 wide receivers. Drops back to pass. Looking. Swings it out to his man on the screen. He spins. Hampton brings him down. That was a nice stretch for the D there.
Yeah, they really cranked it up a notch on that series.
And they're ready to punt this one away. Number 97 punts it, and it's a good one. Murdoch takes it at the 32. And now we'll see the offense come out onto the field for their next possession. They'll set up shop at the 43. The Gamecocks line up with 4 wideouts. He's looking, comes across the middle, and down he goes. What a throw and catch, guys.
I'll tell you what, this young kid has a real gun for an arm. He sizes up the play well and then gets the ball out of there.
2nd and 2. Ball right around midfield. They line up in an I. Hefner with a nice play fake. Throws this one out to the right. Brought down.
Nice decision by the quarterback.
Not only was it good decision-making, but the offensive line protected just long enough for him to find his target.
And when you combine the two, it'll be a first down 9 out of 10 times.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 29-yard line. Hefner has 4 receivers lined up here. Hefner steps back to pass. He's hit and got away. Fontaine with a takedown. He's going to pick up less than a yard on the quarterback scramble. Second and 9. Ball on the 28.
28-yard line.
The defense lines up with 6 DBs. Gets the ball. No, they take it. And he's going to be sacked for a loss. The quarterback had nowhere to go, and he's brought down for the sack.
They've got to do a better job up front with their pass protection.
If they don't start picking up everybody, then this quarterback is going to be pretty sore in the morning. That's for sure.
3rd and 14 coming up here. And this is the 5th play of the current drive. They come out with 3 wide receivers. He drops back, steps up, looks, across the middle, complete. They'll bring him down. He made the catch, but he didn't get the first down.
Yeah, right now the way this defense is swarming, there's just no room for him to get upfield for the first down.
They're going to try a long field goal here. The kick is up. And he got it. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. South Carolina to kick. And he got all of this one. Great kick. Mitchell fields it in the end zone. Not a very good series for this offense on their last drive as they were forced into a 3-and-out.
Boy, oh boy, they had nothing going last time.
And maybe Scooter, you need to get out there and show what you're made of.
Somebody get me a helmet quickly.
2 tight end set. And he's taken down. The running back gets 2 on the carry.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Second and 8 coming up here. Ball on their own 22. The Wildcats come out in the ace formation. And he is drilled.
1, 2, 3. Kirk, he might be out for the count.
Oh, what a hit. You know, at the end of the year, you're going to look back at this and remember this is one of the hits of the year. That guy can really bring it.
The Wildcats come out in a shotgun. Drops back to pass. Wants to throw outside. Incomplete pass. He had his wide out, but he couldn't hit him.
When he misses, it's usually high. And that's something he's been working very hard with his coach on.
The Wildcats line up to punt. Number 97 punts it, and it's a good one. Sinclair fields it at the 38. A scoring drive the last time out for this offense, and they'll huddle up for this drive. Excellent field position to start the drive. They line up with split backs. Wallace takes a handoff. White brings him down. And the halfback ripped off a nice gain there to get him the first.
Hey, this kid's a good-looking back. Let's see if they go to him again.
First and 10. Ball on the 30. The Gamecocks line up in an I formation. With a takedown, and they continue to pound it out on the ground.
Tick, tick, tick. Continue to milk that clock.
Second and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 27. South Carolina comes out with an I formation. A little juke. Shifty move there. And they make the stop. The halfback runs for 4 yards.
Gain of 4 on the play.
It's third down and 3 to go. Ball on the 23. South Carolina sets up in the I. Back to pass. Looking. Throws it to the outside. And they couldn't hook up on that one. He tried to hit his receiver in stride, but overthrew it a little too much.
That'll come in time. Just repetition, throwing that same pass over and over, and he'll be fine.
Brown comes in to kick the field goal, and he's going to have to get a leg into this one. He gets it up, and it's through the uprights. So we take a moment to check out the Pontiac drive summary. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff.
Beach back to return.
Kicks it off. Beach fields it in the end zone. This defense did a good job on the last series. They forced the offense to go 3 plays and out.
And now they're looking to build off of that and shut them down again right here.
They'll get the ball here at the 20-yard line. Number 15 lines up in the shotgun. The Wildcats come out showing 3 wide. He rolls out to the right. Throws short, and it's caught. Didn't get anything.
Makes the reception. No gain on the play.
So it's second and 10. Ball on the 20. The Wildcats line up with 3 wide. Here's the give. They'll bring him down. A 2-yard run by the halfback.
Gain of 2 on the play.
It's third down and 8 to go. Ball on their own 22. Kentucky comes out in the shotgun. High snap as he works from the gun. He's under pressure, and they bring him down for a sack on the play. Now that's some heavy pressure.
It all starts with the battle up front. I don't care how good your receivers are or how explosive your running backs are. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, then it's tough to move the football.
I agree, Coach. And the thing is, this quarterback can make some plays for you if you give him enough time back there to throw.
Well, it looks like he's going to have to figure out how to make plays without time.
Kentucky ready to punt this one away. Number 97 punts it, and it's a good one. Murdoch fields it at the 27. A good job on their last drive, getting 3. Let's see if they can get some more on this drive. They'll take over at the 35-yard line. They come out in a goal line set. Hefner hands off right side. He's got an opening, and down he goes.
Kirk, my friend, this is exactly what you want out of your back late in the game. The ability to keep the clock moving and continue to pick up first downs.
Yeah, Lee, no question. This is the time when you let him carry the team to the finish line.
It's first and 10. Ball right around midfield. The Gamecocks line up in a goal line formation. It's a done deal here as the final whistle blows. Coach, what's your final thought on the game?
I can't say enough about this performance. South Carolina looked like a team on a mission to destroy anything and everything that got in their way. Brad, this is a really good-looking football team.
That concludes another game of NCAA Football 2006. Our final score, South Carolina 69, Kentucky 21. From all of us here at EA Sports, we hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.